Well, hello everybody. This is Linda from North Central Texas. Wanted to show you we are getting rain today. It's been raining all morning. It's almost noon right now, and it's supposed to rain all day. It's not raining hard at all right now, but it was a little earlier, and I hope it will rain a lot more this afternoon, heavier, because Lord knows my plants need this rain. The ground needs the water because everything is so dry. I mean, it's in a bad state when the ground is so dry that your greenhouse doesn't work properly. And that was my problem. I mean, my greenhouse didn't work because there was no humidity in the ground or any of it. And I'm out here putting table scraps in my bucket planter. And I really should have put a lot of this down under the dirt. But I'm going to put a little bit more in there, and then I'll put dirt on top of it. Because when you cover it with dirt, the dirt helps it break down. But, I mean, the ground is wet. I don't think it's very deep. That's the reason I'm hoping that it will go ahead and rain the rest of the day. And I've got one of those little hybrid zucchini starting right there, squash. I don't know if it'll make it. It's been the weather the way it's been. I just don't know. Look at there. Well, I thought that was a potato coming up in under my rose bush, but it wasn't. It's some of the rose bushes that I had cut. But I picked all my peppers yesterday. And I will need to get out here and fill up my water buckets, because this is my day to water. Only I'm not watering because it is raining a little bit. But you can see I keep all that stuff going all the time. I'm not going to stand here and fill it up while I'm on camera, but I just wanted to show you. I keep my buckets going all the time, all winter. I keep them full, and I keep my table scraps and stuff down in them. And it makes some really good compost for the spring when you need it. I mean, go ahead and water your plants now when you need to. But, yeah, see those radishes that I transplanted? They're popping up. So they should be okay. I might lose one or two of them, but yeah, I picked my tomatoes and my peppers. I picked everything I could possibly find yesterday to pick. And I need to come out here and cut this eggplant and get the seed out of it, because I think it's about dry enough right now. Able to pick a couple of tomatoes. They ripened since I was out here yesterday. Yeah, I'm loving this little bit of rain. Look at that. Sometimes they seem like they ripen overnight. So you have to stay on top of them. Because sometimes when they get ripe, if they're ripe enough, they will fall off the vine. Just like that one right there. And it was one that a ant got into, so I just threw it over there in the bucket. I mean, I'm going to be saving seed from my tomatoes too. I'll dry a lot of the tomatoes here pretty soon. Just to keep the seed for next year. And then, like I said, some of them I've just thrown down in the bottom of the planter or the tote. And they'll come up next year. I'll have all these stray tomato plants coming up. Just like the ones in those dish pans. I mean, those tomato plants love it in the dish pans, but it's too late for them to start growing. I mean, we'll probably get a first freeze before they'll be big enough to produce any tomatoes. So, a little bit late in the season. There's a tomato right there that looks like ripe enough. There. Picked 3 or 4 off of that one already. Those haven't ripened yet. It takes them longer, I guess, because they're bigger. Put that back over there. The wind kept blowing it away. Yeah, hopefully they'll get ripe pretty soon. I mean, I haven't picked any of those yet. Because since they're a bigger tomato, it takes longer for them to ripen. But yeah, I wanted to get on here and just let you know we are getting some rain today. It's enough that the ground is wet. But yeah, keep your buckets going all winter. Keep putting your food scraps in them and letting them break down. And I wanted to get on here and show you what I did yesterday. Right there. I canned 2 jars of chow chow. And that's made with the tomatillos and a couple of others. You know, tomatoes. And there's the cowboy candy. That's all the mixture of all the different hot peppers that I had in the garden. There's 6 pints of that. And then I've got cowboy candy juice for marinade. I've been told, I've never tried it because I don't usually smoke briskets at home. My son does that at his house a lot. But I've been told that if you save the liquid from the cowboy candy when you're making it, and there's always liquid left. Well, with the last 2 batches of cowboy candy that I made, I was able to get 2-quart jars of the marinade. And they say it's real good because there's a lot of brown sugar, white sugar, all the spices, and the peppers in there. So it makes for a good marinade, they say. And it does not make your meat all that hot. I guess because when the meat is cooking, a lot of the juices will cook out. And I guess causes it not to be extremely hot. So I'll probably give those to my son. Because he's the one that does the smoking of the meat and the briskets and stuff like that. And see if he wants to try it. If not, maybe some of the guys on his job might like to use it or try it. Or, I don't know. I'll find somebody that wanted to use it. I just hated to pour it out. After they told me, they said, you know, don't pour your leftover liquid out. Keep it. Save it for a marinade for beef. Because it makes a really good brisket. So, that's what I did. I saved it and we'll see what will happen. But after my peppers and everything else that I took out of here, I've got 2 eggplant, a couple of melons. I got a couple of little squash, handful of okra, and a little bowl of salad tomatoes. Little grape tomatoes, and I got one of the bigger ones. And with the ones that I just picked, so I'll have a few. Yeah, I got a couple more to add over there. And I really need to clean off my table. I've been using my table for a workbench. So it's cluttered up with glue guns, all kind of things right now. But yeah, I wanted to tell everybody, please don't neglect your compost tea buckets right now. And don't neglect your planters, your pots, your totes. Keep putting your food scraps in your totes, in your buckets, all through the winter months. Put them in your compost tea. You know, take the peelings and stuff and put that in your compost tea, because that seems to work best. Put everything else down in your compost tea buckets. Or alternate, you know, put potato peelings in your compost tea sometimes. Put them in your pots then at other times. And like I said, it's raining now. It's going to rain probably quite a bit off and on throughout the winter months until spring. And by then, all of your compost and stuff will be broken down in your buckets and planters, and it'll be right ready to plant in the spring. And I wanted to show you what I'd canned, because that might give you some ideas. You know, because you're always going to have that juice left over from when you put your peppers, your cowboy candy in your jars. And they say, don't throw it away. I mean, I probably could have got another pint jar if I'd have strained the juice, but I didn't want to do that. So I just put whatever leftover peppers I couldn't get out of the pot easy, and the juice in the quart jars. So I'm kind of anxious to see how that turns out. I'll give some to my son, and if he wants to use it, fine, and maybe I'll see how it turns out when it's marinated. You know, you marinate a brisket with it. I'm not sure what these restaurants marinate theirs with, but all that sugar and vinegar, it's bound to be good. As long as it doesn't make it too awfully hot. Because like I said, I can't handle the real hot stuff anymore. I used to eat it all the time, but I try to eat hot peppers now and I get the hiccups and my stomach starts spazzing them in. And it's terrible. My stomach surely protests the hot peppers. So with that, I'm going to bid you a good day. Please like, share, subscribe to my videos, and have a blessed day.